6 years ago, I picked up my very first self-help book, at a time in my life when I really needed help. It was everything I needed at the time. And I truly don't know where I would be right now if I hadn't learned the tools and the knowledge that I did to think and feel better. But 50 books, hundreds of podcasts, and years of self-analyzation later, I had found myself in a never-ending loop of information overload. And I felt like I was constantly backtracking all of the progress that I had made in my life by falling back into the same bad habits over and over again. I started to lose interest in reading entirely because most of my books seemed to say the same thing in a different font. I could no longer even sit through another motivational video or podcast because I felt like I had heard it all a million times before. I became frustrated at myself for overcomplicating things that were so simple. Get good sleep, eat clean, exercise, get sun, be social, stay productive, have mindfulness practices, and engage in fulfilling hobbies. Then you'll be happy, right? Sure, but it's easier to read about how to solve our problems than to actually take the actions to do so. I am not saying self-help is useless. Many people grow up without the knowledge and the resources on how to live their best lives, and discovering the world of self-development can be a saving grace. It sure was for me. But we need different things at different stages in our lives. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our constant personal achievement that we forget to just live. And that's kind of where I was at. I never felt like I deserved to do fun things because I hadn't achieved my life goals yet. But at the same time, I was stuck in a constant cycle of self-sabotage and not getting anything done. I found myself feeling isolated during my most youthful years. And I felt like I had missed out on fun that I had deprived myself of. I knew I needed something different. So I packed my suitcase full of self-help ideations and tucked it away, temporarily. I had to focus on simply living, having experiences, and not constantly analyzing myself. So, what was next? I did a lot of this, and this, and also this. And that was exactly what I needed at that time. But that stage of life also had its passing moment, as everything does. After so long, I had began to miss the world of self-actualization. And not only that, but I definitely needed to do the work again. So, why am I sharing this with you? Is there even a point? If there is any message you get from this, it is one that you make sense of yourself. I am not a guru, just an artist sharing my most intimate thoughts. There are years of life that ask questions, and years that answer. You might be where I was way back then, or you might be where I am right now. And all of those stages are equally valid. It might be your self-help era. It might be your party girl era. Or it might be something in between. There's no right or wrong way to live. But there is a feeling that we all get inside when we know that we need something different. We know our own individual needs better than anyone else does. With the overwhelming amount of information constantly thrown at us, it's so hard to ever know what is the right thing to do. Should I eat this way or that way? Should I work in this field or that field? Should I save my money or invest it? Should I stop reading self-help books or buy new ones? Have I been doing life wrong this entire time? Seriously, what is the right way? It seems easier to just lay here and do nothing at all. This is why self-help can become exhausting. Sometimes it becomes an endless journey of self-analyzation, an endless road that seemingly leads to nowhere. And nothing you do ever feels good enough. Because there's always going to be another task on the to-do list, habit to develop, or aspect of yourself to improve. Today, I still love learning about how to better myself. For someone who has made it their life mission to seek happiness and fulfillment, it is a passion of mine. But today I focus more on scientific methods for health and wellness. I mostly stick to the basics because no motivational speech is more healing than sunlight, exercise, and nutrients. I like to read and learn about new concepts that stimulate my mind, and create art when inspiration allows it. I do a lot more social things and I have a lot more experiences, even though sometimes it postpones my other goals and projects. I allow myself to spend money on life's pleasures and new experiences. I accept myself for all of my many interests and versions, including the Vegas party girl that needs to come out from time to time. So I'm curious, what chapter are you in right now?